Hey everyone, so I'm going to be doing my fanfiction recommendations for video. So I just want to say beforehand, there will be some Klaine, some Crisscolfer, and some Kurt and Sebastian fics. So yes, there's a little bit different. I've recently gotten obsessed with Kurtbastian. I had no idea how to say that. I'm going to say Kurtbastian. I've been obsessed with that ship, so in fics, so I really have been really targeting towards reading more of that. So I do have quite a few, mixed it up. I don't have a lot of Kurtbastian fics because I've only read a couple, because it's really hard to find ones that have really great writers, because the ship is not as popular as such as Klaine when it comes to fan fiction. So yeah, the first fic I'm going to recommend is called A Change in the Weather by cacophonylights. I have no idea to say their name, and it's a work in progress. And the summary of it is: the summer before college, Kurt is shocked when Sebastian comes to him with a timely offer he can't refuse. He'll get something he needs to realize his dreams, but in return he has to play the role of Sebastian's boyfriend for the summer. Neither of them know just how much their worlds are about to change. This one is so good when it comes. This is the first Kurtbastian fic I ever read, and it was amazing. It's still going on, but oh my gosh, it is wonderful. I love the development between Kurt and Sebastian. I might make a video or a post on Tumblr why I ship Kurtbastian, especially in fics. I don't really want to go into it right now because this is mainly just fan fiction video, but yeah, I love it. I think you'll like it. I think if you don't even ship Kurtbastian, that you will start to really like it in fics. It's different from the show. It's just, it mixes it up. It doesn't make Blaine look like the bad guy. That's what I love about those fics, where I don't want them to make Blaine look like the bad person, because him and Kurt aren't dating anymore. So yeah. The next fic is Don't You Remember? This is also Kurtbastian by Common Sense. It is a work in progress, and her Tumblr I will put in the description below, as well as the other author. Her Tumblr is Discord and Rhythm. Summary: Kurt wakes up 10 years in the future. He finds out he has recently had an accident and everyone has been really worried about him. He's desperately upset to discover that he's married, of all people, to Sebastian Smythe. The last interaction he had with the boy that he can recall is throwing the tape at the boy, and the one of him admitting to tampering the slushie that hit Blaine. So yeah, it's kind of like every day, except for he thinks Sebastian is still the enemy. He still thinks he's dating Blaine. He still thinks that they're together, and they're not. And Sebastian is like heartbroken and doesn't know what to do, because his husband doesn't even love him, or doesn't even know him, the Sebastian that has changed. So it's really sad, but I love the development in this one as well. That, you know, Kurt has to fall in love with Sebastian all over again. So it's really wonderful. I think you should read it. If you ever liked Every Day, I think you'll like this one, because I know I did. Azure Shadow Crosses Mine by Angel of Caffeine. It is also a work in progress. If you go to the Glee Fix update Tumblr, it's not going to have the right summary, so this is the one that I found. I think I found it on her live journal. Weeks after becoming suddenly single, while sitting across from Sebastian Smythe and the Lima Bean, who was doing Kurt's homework for him, of all things, two things occurred simultaneously to Kurt. One, he spent way too much time at the Lima Bean, and two, he's always ended up befriending the people he hated. This one is definitely, as well as sort of having to fall in love. It's not just immediate, obviously, because of Kurt and Sebastian's history. So I love that they have to fall in love with each other, and it's a wonderfully developed, and I love that fic so much. I love it a lot. I just, like, it's really underrated when it comes to Kurtbastian, I think, and I love it. Okay, Breathe Me by the same person who wrote A Change in the Weather. Completed with 3 chapters. You might not like this one, but I really enjoyed it. Kurt and Sebastian are friends, and I wrote this summary because it didn't have a summary. It just kind of was like really vague. Kurt and Sebastian, so if it's like really horribly written. Kurt and Sebastian are friends that they get to hide together over the summer. They start to shotgun, which means they blow smoke into each other's mouths when they smoke the doobie, and it turns into something more. The story does involve the use of illicit substances, weed, as well as infidelity. So basically, Kurt and Sebastian are having an affair while he's still dating Blaine, and Blaine is wonderful, but he's not Sebastian when it comes to adventure and living his life. And he might go to New York when Kurt's going to New York after graduation, and Blaine will still be in Lima. So I don't know if you really like this one much if you don't really want cheating, but Blaine takes it nicely as well as Kurt. I don't know. I just really liked Kurt and Sebastian's romance in this fic. Okay, now on to Klaine. No Envy, No Fear by Neef, and is also a work in progress. This one's a new popular one amongst Neef fans. Everybody already knows what they are before their marking day. You're a dom or you're a sub, and it's pretty easy to figure out which one you are once puberty hits and the home runs kick in. But when Kurt Hummel's marked a dom on his 16th birthday, nobody believes it. The jocks, all doms themselves, irritated that they have no power over him, decide to make his life a living hell. But Kurt figures that it's just high school, it doesn't change anything. The only problem is, one of the jocks is a boy he doesn't know, a boy he never sees, shy and hidden behind the others in a sea of Letterman jackets. Blaine Anderson is a sub, but nobody knows it, and he was just fine keeping it that way until he saw Kurt Hummel. Now, this doesn't really have to do with sex when it comes to dom and sub, because a lot of people think that is, but it's basically, you know, just like someone who has the control over the other. This one is in the society where one person is controlling of the other person. They have to protect, the dom protects their sub, they're like the other better half, and they're like soulmates in a way. So I think you have to more read it than just my explanation of it, because it's much more better. I promise, it's a wonderful fic, and there hasn't even been that like much crazy smut yet, so if you think it's like, you know, bondage and shit, it's not. I also forgot to do this one, Breathless by Its Certain Tendencies, and it's a Crisscolfer fic. Darren Chris and Crisscolfer. Completed with 3 chapters, summary can't help it but notice Chris has a neck thing. Obviously, they should have sex. It's just a wonderfully smutty, but it has a good storyline, Crisscolfer fic. I Know Not Why, this is a Klaine fic. By A Truth So Loud, a work in progress. This is on the Glee Kink meme. One day I will do a video on how to guide the Glee Kink meme. I have a story of that. I accidentally put my, one of my SD cards, I filmed me showing the Glee Kink meme around on my camera on my computer, then I stuck it in my CD holder, CD thing in my computer, so I have not gotten that out yet, so I don't know when that video is going to be. Anyways, so I Know Not Why. I swear I've done this one, but if I have, I'm sorry. Blaine Anderson lost his sight at the age of 7. His life changes dramatically. He transfers to a different school, and everything from friends to his daily life has changed. His mind is full of despair, and he feels constantly sad for the few months. The once cheerful and energetic boy has somewhat become very closed off since his lost sight. One day, the McKinley Elementary School comes to sing for his school in the mini concert. Kurt sings a solo. Blaine is captivated by the voice, and Blaine is enlightened by Kurt's singing. He finds hope, and eventually he discovers the joy of music, and his world lightens up. He starts to learn to play the piano and sing. He can never forget about the beautiful voice of the boy and the strength and courage it has given him. But he doesn't have the chance to hear the voice again. This one's really cute. I love it. I love different AUs like that, so I think you'd enjoy it. Read My Mind. Kurt is 20. This is also on the Glee Kink meme. Kurt is 25 years old and never has experienced anal sex. He has many kinks, and he can never perform any of them, so he decides to start therapy to see if he can loosen up and have a less vanilla sex life. He ends up seeing Blaine, a recent graduate psychologist. Kurt's shy of talking about sex with Blaine at first, but then relaxes with time. Blaine, even though he's trying to be professional, gets turned on while Kurt talks about his kinks. As soon as Kurt notices this, he starts teasing the psychologist wearing tighter pants or speaking of more elaborate and detailed fantasies. This one's crazy good because, like, nothing, happens. He's just, detailing his kinks that he's never had before, so it's like, and Blaine's just like, boing. So this one's really good. It's almost done as well. There's only, I think, one more chapter, so it's not very hard to catch up. There's only 9 chapters so far. Or, no, 8. There's going to be 9. Okay, Spectrum by Oh My God, Stop It. This is also work in progress. This one's very smutty. Kurt is in a relationship with a guy, but Kurt is a major size queen, and his boyfriend isn't big enough for him. Blaine is Kurt's best friend. Blaine notices Kurt is really sexually frustrated and confronts him about it. When Blaine hears about Kurt's problem, he decides to help because Blaine's dick is huge. Some of these are really smutty. Like, I just sometimes, you gotta read some porn. I'm Putting You On Tonight by Skin Tight Socks. This is a one-shot. Summary. I have something for you, Blaine says softly, his voice shaking a little as he gets excited or nervous or both, and Kurt's eyes flutter open. Blaine licks his lips, hands petting clumsily at Kurt's sides. I'm wearing it right now. So this is cross-dressing as well as ribbing, and if you don't know what that is, then I just suggest to read it and you'll be surprised. This one's really good for smut. I kind of usually like when especially Blaine wears like frilly underwear. I don't know why, it's kind of like a weird secret thing. Okay, like Burning. This one's really sad, but I think it's very good. It doesn't have many chapters yet, so. Everybody is born with the name of their soulmate on the palm of their hand. Kurt and Blaine are both born with each other's names. Kurt is young, both of his parents are killed in a car crash, and he's sent to live in a foster home. The owner of the house is a very strict, highly religious old woman who abuses Kurt because he has a boy's name on his hand. One night, she gets really angry with Kurt and burns the palm of his hand so that the name is no longer readable. In high school, Kurt is withdrawn and hardly speaks ever. He is still bullied severely for being gay, even though he was too scared to join New Directions. In Kurt's junior year, Blaine transfers to McKinley. As soon as he sees Blaine, he knows that he is the one. However, he is scared to approach him because of his self-esteem has lowered severely due to his years of abuse and thinks that everybody he loves will eventually leave him. Besides, Blaine is a beautiful and popular despite being openly gay and in Glee Club. How could someone like that, confident and charming, ever like him? Oh, this one's really good. Sorry. Okay, the next one is the sequel to Sideways, which is my favorite fic ever of any freaking Glee, Klaine fic, anything. So, anywhere but here is a work in progress as well. Summary. Kurt and Blaine have never been happier or more in love, but as things begin to change and doubt set in, the two aren't as certain as they once were that they can make it together or by themselves. So it's just a sequel of going off sideways. They move to New York and whatnot. It's really good. I think you should just read it if you really liked that fic. Forget Me Not, A Beautiful What's Your Hurry, completed with 10 chapters. Summary, 5 years down the road, Kurt and Blaine run into each other after a painful breakup and no communication since. Can they start again, or is it really too late? This is just an angsty, Beautiful What's Your Hurry fic. Dog days are over. It isn't unheard of for animals to suddenly turn into humans overnight. It's rare, but it happens. Though a person can't tell if a dog will turn or won't turn into a human until it happens. The Hudson Hummels, adopt a Portuguese water dog named Blaine, and it almost immediately he attaches himself to Kurt. The dog follows him around, sleeps in his room, and begs for belly rubs. Kurt pretends that it's annoying him, but he secretly loves it. Then one day, Kurt wakes up to find a naked human Blaine in his bed. This is on the Glee Kink meme. Also, I'm going to reference you to Man's Best Friend. I want to say I do like Dog Days Are Over better than Man's Best Friend because Dog Days Are Over more fluffy and cute. Man's Best Friend gets into more smut and it's a little bit weirder, but some people like it, so I'm just going to reference it to you anyways. Blaine is the Hudson Hummel family pet. He seems to have developed an obsession with Kurt. It's hard to resist Blaine's adorable infatuation, but Kurt needs to figure out how to deal with the sudden, tragic, and incredibly appropriate love interest in him. This is where the humans can be pets. So he's not a dog, he's a pet, but he acts like a dog, so he doesn't know how to talk, he doesn't know how to read or anything. So you take what you like, which one you like if you're into that. I think that Dog Days Are Over are better. I just think so. But that one's a work in progress. My Man's Best Friend is completed. I don't know how many chapters. Hospital Beds is a Kurtbastian fic. I forgot to write down the information on this one, but basically it's Kurt and Sebastian have to be married to each other. They're like arranged marriage, and they have to like live together, and they're still in high school, and they still argue, and they hate each other, but they have to consummate their marriage like the first 24 hours, so it means it's smutty and good, and Sebastian's trying to always seduce Kurt because it's Sebastian Smythe. He wants some, so I don't really have a summary for that one, but that one, I like that one. It's got about 15 chapters, I believe, so far. Rekindling the Flame. This is by Unsure to Go. I have no idea, but I follow Mallory on Tumblr. This is like one of her one-shots. She's really good at writing smut. Suddenly enough, these boys have found it difficult to be intimate with their busy New York lives all consuming. But Blaine gives Kurt a little surprise one day to keep things alive. Warning, there's complet rimming top Kurt. Blaine and Lacey Lady Panties for Men. Made for men. You know I like those. Okay, it's a little creepy. I've been looking for you forever. Oh my god, did you see that? I've been looking for you forever. I did not write these authors on here. I'm sorry. Blaine Anderson is cruel, hard, unforgiving, and abused, and the only thing that brings light to his life is a boy that he can't even see. So it's Bad Boy Blaine and Blind Kurt. This one's really sweet because I never read Blind Kurt. I've always read Blind Blaine, but it's different and I like it. Little Secrets. Blaine and his family moved right next door to the Hudson Hubbles. Blaine didn't want to move, but after seeing a beautiful boy in the room across from his dancing around, he starts to think that living here might not be so bad. So he's like watching Kurt and like he's like oh my god, Kurt's so beautiful, you know. It's kind of like creepy, kind of reminds me of Disturbia, but it's really cool. There's not many chapters in that one either, but it's still good. Abraham's Children by Inky Stars, and this fic is awesome. A Hunger Games AU Kurt Hummel, a volunteer from District 8, wanders about the foggy forests of the games, forming alliances, dodging careers, and wondering what exactly went wrong between himself and the sword-wielding District 2 tribute Blaine Anderson. Dun dun dun! If you haven't read the Hunger Games, I think you'd still read this fic. You don't really have to read the book or watch the movie. Either way, it's still really good. Okay. I don't know where I'm at. Okay, Something to Sleep To. When started as a volunteer gig at Lima Memorial, slowly turning into a fairy tale for Kurt Hummel. Except Kurt is pretty doubtful that a kiss is going to wake the Prince Charming from his coma. So basically, it's season 1 when Kurt's in the Cheerios still, and Blaine is in a coma. So he's probably his freshman year after Sadie Hawkins dance. That's why he's in the coma. And Kurt goes and visits him every day because no one comes and visits Blaine except for his mother once in a while. And Kurt feels really bad, but he can trust him because, you know, he's not awake, but, you know, he feels like that he has a friend, but nobody's really going to listen, except for Blaine, who's really not listening, but I guess it kind of is because he's in a coma, doesn't mean he's dead. So I really like that one. It's really nice and different. It's very different to a regular Klaine fics because they usually go right into romance, but this one's really different, and yeah. Okay, The Chances We Take by Grace Ryan. So I love her fics. I've mentioned this before, so I was really excited to see she had a new fic, so woo! Blaine and Kurt have never met until a chance meeting one night at a bar. As the story unravels, their paths continue and to cross if fate is trying to tell them something. So yeah, they sort of like, they keep meeting each other because Blaine has a bunch of jobs and he keeps seeing Kurt, and then Kurt eventually is dating someone else and they're fucked. But it's really good. It's not that, I don't know how many chapters in there, but it's still about maybe midway through. It's really good. Okay, regarding the last two ones, I've mentioned one of them before, but I'm going to mention again. So the last two fics by Miss Begonia. She has made her live journal private, so you can no longer access her fics with the links that I have linked below. She has a journal for her fanfictions. All you need to do is join the community to view them. You will need a live journal account, but it's worth the read, so do so. So you're going to want to make a live journal account, join her community. Like if you go on Miss Begonia's thing, I will link that in the description below. You just click on that, join it, and then you can read her Crisscolfer fics, which I mentioned this one before, called Calling, Calling, Calling Me. What is completed with 3 chapters, and it's an SF college AU between Chris and Darren. All Chris can think of, this is my life, this right here. Screw high school, I can be one of the cool kids now. And the sequel to that is Finally It Happened to Me, completed with only 1 chapter. A story of 5 first times, one last time in Downtown Abbey. This is a continuation of Calling, Calling, Calling Me. It takes place 1 month after the fic ends, and so this is set in the present day. Chris is 18, Darren is 21, so it's like, oh, how it works. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, they kind of go into a romance after the second one, so that is all my fic recs for this time. There wasn't that many, but I still talked a lot. So, yeah, I will pull the description, not the links, and the author names because I know I forgot some in here. So, yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Follow me on my Tumblr, lionkurtt.tumblr.com, and go to my fic recs on the side for more, or my tagged fic recs, which I always tag fic rec if it's something I want everyone else to read. So just go check that out for more, and I hope to do another one of these videos soon. Who knows? But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.